it's about longevity in the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're not here for a long time in the existence of life. So that's why while you're here, I think you have to love yourself and look after yourself, because you can't love your family unless you look after yourself and love yourself first.
You have to fix on your mask.
It's true though, isn't it?
Yeah, to a certain extent. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So if you're not vibrant, healthy, then how are you supposed to look after your family?
Hello. Welcome to the Personal Pizza Podcast. On today's episode, we have my friend Mark Smith. Mark Smith was a professional bodybuilder and a boxer, and also on the British version of the TV show American Gladiators. They didn't call it American Gladiators. And he recently trained Jonathan Majors for his role in the soon-to-be-released movie called Magazine Dreams, which I hope you saw and enjoyed, and you froze it at the right time to see Mark. And now today, Mark's coming here, and we're going to be talking about eating and moving and sleeping and his journey through the fitness world and over the past 40 years. So I'm very excited to have him come here, and please stay tuned. This is Mark Smith. I met Mark Smith in this house. He came to train my son.
Yep.
And then his vibe was and still is so immaculate.
The feeling is mutual.
That I wanted to. You became my trainer, and now you're one of my favorite people. And so you started training when you were how old?
Yeah, I grew up obviously playing football, soccer as you call it here. And then I went into body popping, breakdancing. So like body popping and road bar.
But at this point, you were still like a normally sized human.
A normal sized human. I was 130 pounds.
Okay, so you're 5'10", 130 pounds.
Yeah, and then went to the local youth club where we used to dance for them. And we were called Cosmic Rockers. There was a little gym in there, and they said, why don't you guys come in and do some bench press? Right. So me and about 5 guys went in there and went through bench press, squats, deadlifts, and we kind of just got the bug. We started going 3 times a week. Long story short, I went into a bodybuilding show after joining a gym and going on a 12-week diet plan. I went in for my first bodybuilding show under 18s in the north of England.
Okay, so I want to hear, how did you originally train? Like, what was your first, what was your like original training core principles?
Back in the 90s, 80s, it was very old school. Arnold Schwarzenegger times, Lou Ferrigno times. It was body parts where you do chest, shoulders, next day, back, arms, next day, legs, rest day on the Wednesday or Thursday, then repeat. So 3 days on, 1 day off.
That's a classic. What is that? That's a classic split?
Classic split of bodybuilding.
Okay.
Some people would like 4 days on, 1 day off. Some people like 2 days off, 2 days on, 1 day off.
Cardio?
Cardio would only really be implemented when you're getting ready for a bodybuilding show. I would jump on the bike or a brisk walk an hour before my breakfast.
Got it.
But nowhere near as intense as how you and I do our cardio now.
Yes.
Reason being, you had it so embedded in your brain that you don't want to burn muscle. So you want to retain all that muscle and just literally chip at the body fat. So the rule of thumb is, and people know now, that you burn fat after 5 minutes by doing cardio before your breakfast because your glycogen level is at its lowest. So you've got no food, no stores, no energy in your stomach. So you're tapping straight into the food that you had the night before.
This is like a fasted cardio in the morning.
Which is now the cool thing, intermittent fasting. But bodybuilders have been doing that since the beginning of time,
What did you eat on a daily basis in the 1980s? Like, if you're like 17 to 20 years old, what are you eating all day long?
I'll tell you what, I ate 12 weeks out from the show. I would do my hour bike or hour walk. Then I'd come home, I'd have 10 egg whites boiled. No salt, just a bit of black pepper.
Why no salt?
Because salt retains water. Obviously now I've learned, I'm always an open vessel and willing to learn as I get older. It was very silly not to put salt, but I had it so embedded in my head that I want to be so shredded and I don't want to retain any water, thus making my physique look like waterlogged. I want it to be really cut and striated.
So everyone drinks water now, right?
Yeah.
Like that guy in our gym who's training right now. So he's drinking water, right?
Yeah.
He has a huge gallon thing.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
When did that change? When did people realize that water was not bad?
No,
Because I feel like I've always known that.
No, water's great. The only time you restrict your water is the night before a bodybuilding show at 6 p.m. Then you'd have 2 glasses of white wine, which would work as a diuretic, which would make you excrete water, thus making you look even more cut.
Yeah.
But back to the salt.
Okay, so
salt is
12
so important.
to 10 eggs.
Yes. Oh, sorry. So 10 eggs. I would have a bowl of oatmeal with a chopped banana, a little bit of honey, which tastes like cheesecake. It tasted so nice.
Because that was the only sugar you were eating?
Yeah. And the next meal, I would train. Then the next meal would be 2 chicken breasts. Really bland those days. It would just be grilled.
It's so boring. Everything you're describing right now.
So bad.
Yeah.
And broccoli. Next meal would be salmon or a tin of tuna with asparagus or broccoli.
No, when you're eating tuna, though, I'm imagining there's like no mayonnaise involved.
No way.
You're just eating the tuna with a fork.
The tuna. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Next protein meal would be salmon or tuna or steak. Next meal would be the same again.
Wait, how many? So you're still in the same day?
Yeah.
We're past breakfast, though, right?
Yeah. Okay. And past lunch.
Okay.
Next meal would be a lean steak.
Yeah.
Once again, bland, grilled. No spices. But still tasted nice compared to the tin of tuna.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes I'd add a sweet potato, half a sweet potato, to replenish, the carbs that I've lost.
Right. And
I'd also have pineapple, which I still do now because it's such a powerful digestive enzyme.
Right, after the meal.
Yes.
Post-meal
to
pineapple.
Digest all that protein.
Right.
But it's that pineapple or papaya. For me personally, I like pineapple. It's just great for your body. And that's it.
That was what back in the day. Now, there was a time in the 90s, I learned about this yesterday.
Yeah.
When people were like body mass, people were like much bigger, like mass monsters.
Yeah.
I don't remember who were the guys then. Hold on. I actually looked this up. I learned so much yesterday.
Dorian Yates.
Yeah. Let me
First Englishman to win the Mr. Olympia.
Okay, hold on one second. So this was in the
Lee Haney, Flex Wheeler.
Okay. Yes. Dorian Yates, yes. Ronnie Coleman.
Ronnie Coleman,
at that point?
huge.
Yeah.
And very strong.
Okay, so this is like, how did your training change as you wanted to get bigger and bigger? So you started out at 130. You maxed out. How heavy were you?
We used to weigh ourselves in the local supermarket. Me and my 2 best friends, are still my dear friends today. We'd weigh ourselves once a week and see how much weight we could put on every week. And we'd eat some terrible amount of food just for the calories. We'd have ice cream with bananas in it before training.
Right.
Just for the calories.
This is in the 90s already?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is off season.
Right.
We'd put 2 tins of tuna in a liquidizer, and then
no, so you blend tuna?
Yeah. So you could just drink it.
I'm sorry. No.
With pineapple for the digestive enzymes.
Stop it.
How much? Drink eggs
every day?
Yep. I've done desiccated liver drinking, which is vile. I've done liquid tuna. I've done
Whose idea was this? Why wouldn't you cook it? What was the reason not to cook?
Just because it's easy to drink that protein within 15 seconds as opposed to eat and preparing it.
This is
raw eggs from Rocky.
Right.
Done all that. That's hard work as well.
Yeah.
Yes, I've learned a lot as I've progressed and got older.
You were natural your whole time?
No.
Okay. How did that work? Did someone offer you, or were you just like, hey, how you guys getting bigger? And they were like, we're shooting up in the bathroom.
When I first did my bodybuilding show, the second show, then yes, it was offered to me, and then you have a bit of testosterone because the natural male human releases say 15 to 25 milligrams of testosterone a day.
Right.
If you're having 250 milligrams in one hit, you can only imagine how strong.
Right.
And
so they didn't test back then.
No
testing.
way.
Do they test now?
Only in certain federations.
Got it.
But still not in the main bodybuilding shows. No.
I see. Okay, so this is still going on, right?
Yes,
okay.
Big time.
Okay.
So then on the Junior British Championships, and I won that under 21s in Sheffield. Yeah.
Who were you up against? Who was your main
all the best
rivals?
in Britain, but first you have to qualify. I won the London Junior Championships when I was 19, and then the Junior British Championships at 20.
Okay. I'm just warning you, this first pizza is not going to be good. I'm just want to lower your expectations right now.
It looks good to me.
Yeah, I want to under promise and then maybe over deliver, but let's just lower our expectations.
So yeah, I was all in, you know, it was an obsession. And it was the first thing in my life where it taught me that you really do get out of it what you put into it. So I learned about nutrition, recovery, training principles, and I was a total open vessel, willing to learn and improve.
Right.
And it was the first time in my life where, you know, I didn't grow up with like mum and dad telling me to do schoolwork and coursework and homework.
But you went to high school, yeah?
Yeah, went to high
school. High school in
school.
England's different though, correct?
Yes. Okay. I left at 15 and went straight to scaffolding when I was 15 because I just needed to earn money.
Right.
And yeah, that was good. And just went all in bodybuilding.
Right. And so you peaked at how much? You weighed 130. You built all the way up to
284 pounds off season.
So 150 pounds.
Yep.
From your 17-year-old pre-bodybuilding weight.
Pre-bodybuilding weight.
Okay.
And used to diet down to about 240.
Okay. And now?
Extremely cut.
Now we actually weigh the same thing.
Yeah, 187.
No, you weigh more than me.
No.
Yeah.
I never go above 190 now, really.
Right. But you were in a boxing match a year ago. What was your weight for that? Like 170 or something?
172. But I'm lean at 190, so yeah, I had to chip away up. I had to come down quite a bit. And that's the lowest I've been in body weight since I was 18 years old.
Good for that last flight 2 years ago.
Yeah, so
okay, we're gonna go outside. We're ready to cook this pizza outside right now.
It is.
Yeah. Okay, good.
What a setup.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm gonna drop it in. I'm gonna drop it in, and I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna turn this off.
That
Coming
smells
down.
good.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
That will take how long to cook?
Oh, it's gonna take like I don't know, 90 seconds.
No way.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be real fast. Yeah. When did you start training differently? When did you go from a classic 3-2?
Yeah, I mean, you and I have had this conversation. I feel like I've been very lucky to live so many different sports and different lives and chapters in my life. Meaning, bodybuilding was my first love. You know, being 285 pounds, eating an immense amount of food. And then I joined Gladiators in 1995.
So this is like the British Gladiators, not the American
The
Gladiators.
equivalent to American
Which
Gladiators.
came first? American Gladiators?
American.
Okay. I mean, obviously Roman Gladiators came first.
Yeah.
Michael pointed that out
Very
to me
good.
earlier. But after that, then it was American. Okay.
Yeah, then we done International Gladiators.
So at that point, what was your name on the show? You were Rhino?
Yeah, they said after a rigorous tryout, being vetted in this interview, then they said, listen, we want to take you on. Can we use the name Rhino? I said, yeah, that'd be amazing. Because that was my nickname before Gladiators, through bodybuilding. They took me to Australia, took me to South Africa. It was all a whirlwind, you know, for me, from where I've come from. And then you're on TV on Saturday night. I remember going to the supermarket and people asking for my autograph. And
yeah, you would. I mean, people watch the show. In America, this show was huge.
Huge in
As
England.
a 12-year-old or something like that. I watched every single week.
Huge in England. It was the number 1 or number 2 show in England in the 90s. So yeah, then I slowly brought down my weight and started implementing different training techniques. Running, a little bit more cardio, a bit of boxing, different circuits. I remember doing a 5K run just for charity for Nike, and that was the furthest I'd ran since school.
Right.
And I remember my legs and my glutes, my back was sore. And then cut to like a year later, I tried a 10K.
Right. Okay, we'll take it.
A year later, I tried a half marathon. And then I had a chance to run for a marathon for charity.
You did a full marathon?
Yeah.
26 miles or something
26 miles.
And you ran it?
London, yeah.
Okay, do you remember your time?
Yeah, it was 4:21 at that time.
Okay, that's better than I could run.
But it gets better. Then I done 3 LA marathons when I moved here in 2008, and then I got my time under 4 hours.
Anything under 4 hours is very fast, correct?
Am I
right about that?
Yeah, a little bit respectable.
how has your understanding of sleep changed over the years? Because now sleep, I mean, you and I talk about sleep.
Yeah, I was about to say you and I have this
That's all we ever talk about.
Yeah. Because as you get older, I mean, with kids and working and running around, recovery is so important, you know. So I take magnesium, as you know.
Yep.
And sometimes with zinc. I don't think it's placebo. I feel like it really does help me relax and get a deeper sleep.
I'm laughing because these are the conversations that we have all the time. We're constantly discussing, is magnesium real or not? But it's working for you.
Yes.
And if my wife were here, she would be saying the same thing and encouraging me to take it. But I'm still a non-believer. So how many hours a night do you sleep?
Oh, good question. I probably sleep between 6 and 7. 8 would be amazing, but that's not all the time sleeping. I know my eyes naturally wake up probably after 5 to 6 hours, and I'm just laying there, which is a little bit frustrating.
Do you notice a difference from like how sleep affects your ability to train? And was that something you figured out on your own, or it's people had to be like, you need to be sleeping more?
I figured out on my own in terms of my body feels tired, I'm going to bed, or I need to rest, or I need to take a day off, I need to recover. Especially, as you know, when our muscles are sore from doing heavy weights, recovery is a huge component.
Okay, so here we have our first pizza. Again, it looks all right. It's okay. It's a good first pie.
All right for you, but amazing for me.
Well, you know, just a tiny bit of olive oil here, just none's come out yet. And then we're gonna sit down. But I also want to make another pie right now. So I'm gonna put this one down there. I'm gonna quickly make another pie. Then we can sit down with those two.
Excellent.
Leave that out right here. Looks pretty enough. Okay.
But training has progressed globally so much, isn't it? In terms of the HIIT training and the circuits. And
well, that's what I was going to ask you.
Sports.
I made a list of like every fad training.
Yeah.
And I want to know which one of these fads have you done? You ready? You ready to take my fad training quiz here?
Ready, brother.
Okay. You ready for this? So here are the fad diets.
Yep.
Fit for life.
Yeah.
You remember Fit for Life?
Yep.
You did it.
Yep.
Eating only fruit in the morning, avoiding food combining. So you did not combine proteins and carbohydrates in the same meal.
I only done it for a few meals. I didn't do it. I used to do it for bodybuilding shows, just eat straight protein and vegetables.
Right. So that was early 80s.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills diet.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that one. Didn't really do that one.
An extreme diet.
Yep.
Consuming only fruits in the initial days.
Yes.
Gradually increasing the selection of foods over 6 weeks.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did that one too?
No.
Okay, I feel like this could be this. What about the Cambridge diet?
Which was?
It was a low-calorie meal replacement in like the 60s. I guess it was like a precursor to Weight Watchers or something like that.
No.
You never did Weight Watchers.
No,
that was never for you.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. Atkins diet? You must have.
Yes.
You had to have. I can tell.
Yeah, that was so popular, wasn't it?
Yes, my in-laws were obsessed with it.
Wow.
It was wild. They were just
massive in England at the time.
Right. Okay, so you did that. Zone diet?
Yep. Zone diet's
okay,
good.
Specific ratios of carbohydrates, protein, fat. So right now, with the exception of the ones that neither you nor I heard of, you've done it.
Yeah.
You're batting like 800 right now.
Yep.
What about the Sugar Busters diet?
Well, sugar is such. I think lowering your sugar is the biggest step you can take to getting cut and getting in shape. Lowering your sugar intake, which is in so many things.
Well, that was going to be my next question, because that one is all about you're limiting refined sugars and high glycemic carbohydrates.
Yeah.
I have no idea what is high glycemic carbohydrates.
So all the things that's hidden in natural carbohydrates, the sugar, you've got to cut that out, you know.
Right.
And it's in so many things, and packaged things are full of crap as well. I think eating more natural foods and real wholesome food is the way to go. Sweet potatoes, almonds, avocado, eggs, steak, salmon, chicken, turkey, broccoli, avocado. Do you know what I mean? Real food, grown.
But you know what's interesting? What I'm picking up on here is that you did every diet.
Yeah.
almost every diet.
Yeah.
And then from each one of these diets,
Yeah.
there's like one thing that was true,
Yeah.
and that's the thing you kept. And all the stuff that's not true, you dropped.
Yeah, I eliminated.
Right?
Yep.
So sugar, the Atkins diet, you learned about the importance of like just high protein.
And I used to go crazy. Bodybuilding terms, they have a binge day every Sunday, and then you would diet from Sunday to Saturday.
Are you about to tell us what your binge day was like?
It was crazy. I used to just eat just for the sake of it.
Yeah. I still do that.
Yeah. Ice cream, cakes, donuts, peanut butter. I mean, just for the sake of eating it. McDonald's.
Yeah.
Just the whole day. And then Monday morning, I'll go straight back on the egg whites.
Hold on a second. Back to egg whites.
There's
some weird things going on with this.
God.
Take this off.
But now I eat the whole egg.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really,
do you remember when that happened?
Even meeting my in-laws in the early 2000s, I used to be on egg whites, and they used to say, "Why don't you just eat the whole egg?" And I used to say, "No, the fat and cholesterol."
Because for me, it's the saddest thing in the world to throw out an egg yolk.
Yeah.
I feel sad every time I do that.
You are right. You are right.
Because that's the best part.
And it's the best part for you.
Well, now we know that. Okay, hold on one second.
Bodybuilders didn't know that.
South Beach diet.
Yep, good one.
Okay, you did that.
Yep, did that.
That was low carbs.
Yes.
Healthy fats.
Yeah, you're never going to go wrong with that.
Okay.
Avocado, almonds, all good fats.
Okay, now we're getting funky here. We're going to the master cleanse.
Yeah.
You did it.
Did that.
Liquid diet.
Lemon
juice.
Not
maple
for
syrup.
long. Not for long.
Cayenne pepper.
Yes.
We've spoken about cayenne pepper.
I think Beyonce made that kind of really popular early 2000s.
Yes.
Apparently.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, raw food diet.
No, what I did do in terms, I did liquid vegetables.
Right.
But once again, not the whole day. But I would throw. Myself and my wife bought this liquidizer. You put all the vegetables in there, and then drink it. That was good for you. Felt really good.
Yeah, but why wouldn't I was at someone's house yesterday and they did this. They took cabbage and celery.
That's it.
And a couple other vegetables, and I drank some of it. It tasted horrible, and I like celery. Do you like celery?
Yeah,
like celery is good.
Yeah,
I never got the liquid diet. Like, why am I doing this? Why wouldn't I just eat the food? Because it tastes good.
Yeah, don't they say?
I don't know.
Which one is it? Is it eat your fruit, drink your vegetables?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Drink your vegetables. Right. Because you shouldn't have fruit juice.
Yeah.
But
it's sugar.
Sugar. Right. Yeah. Okay. So again, you're learning all the right lessons.
Yeah.
That for every diet so far has at least one thing that's true. Paleo diet.
Yep. Very good.
Yeah, so you did it, right? I did that too. Yep. My wife and I went all in on the paleo diet, which feels silly, but that's what happened.
Very healthy.
Yeah, we did it for a while. What was it? Was it like a full 30 they used to call it?
That's it?
Yeah, we did it.
Done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it's silly right now to think about it, but okay. A juice cleanse.
Juice cleanse, yeah, I've done that.
Gluten-free diet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not for long, once again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, a paleo diet is fundamentally gluten-free, I believe.
Yes.
I feel like there's probably something there. Keto diet.
Yep.
My brother-in-law and sister-in-law are obsessed with it, and they've lost tons of weight with it, and they love it. It gives them a lot of energy.
The most popular one for me, really, and always still is low sugar, moderate carbs, high protein.
Right.
You're never going to go.
No, here's another one. Intermittent fasting is a thing you did. We talked about that before.
I'm kind of doing that now, where I don't expand it to the levels that people go to at the moment.
Right.
But I'll always wake up and drink a big cup of warm water.
Yes.
Sometimes with fresh lemon. Then I'll have a coffee. Then I'll train. Then I might have another coffee. And then I'll have my breakfast for my lunch. So I'll have 4 to 6 eggs, avocado, a pineapple or dates. And that'll be around lunchtime. I just feel like I'm moving a lot sharper in my workout.
I'm very impressed that you're able to wake up and drink that cup of warm water.
Yeah.
Because for me, I wake up and the only thing I can do is figure out how quickly can I get from there to here to make coffee and drink it. I don't want to do anything else.
I'm with you.
But nothing feels less appetizing than a warm cup of water in the morning.
But it's so good for you because you've been dehydrating throughout the night.
No,
so
you're right.
He's crying out for fluid.
You take better care of your, I mean, clearly one of us is taking better care of their body. I think we're starting to figure out why. Okay, so yeah, so the bottom line is that from every diet, you found the one thing that was true, and that's what you kept.
I put MCT oil in my coffee in the morning as well.
That's a little bit of the keto diet that you carried over.
And MCTs, it's derived from coconut extracts, and it helps you emulsify body fat as energy. They say it's brain fuel as well, but you don't need that. You're clever enough.
Yeah, we're getting by. That's what the coffee's for. Okay.
So I do that.
Okay, so you're willing to try almost everything.
Yeah.
You're open-minded, and then you find, okay, what is the thing here that feels like it's important, and what is the thing here that's like a fad and a gimmick?
In my diet? Oh,
yes, and that's what you did. Yeah.
I love personally, out of all my years in this, and it's 55 now, say 17, I started at 15. So yeah, I've been at this for like almost 40 years.
Okay, we're gonna drop this one in, and then we can sit down and eat. Oh,
no.
I feel better about this pizza. Still not great. Maybe for this one we won't turn it off at all. I'll just cook it super fast and see what happens. Oh, I forgot the.
God, that's instant cooking. Look at that. Such a rapid rate.
Right? Pops immediately. Soaked in the middle. Oh. Ah. Come on, baby, turn. Turn for me. Okay, we gotta really pull it back. This is the hottest part, obviously, and this is the part that's kind of the least hot. Oh, this one.
When did you get into training, by the way?
I moved out when I was a rabbi in Massachusetts.
Yep. How long was your rabbi for?
For 4 years.
Amazing.
And I kept on getting sick. I kept on getting pneumonia, and so I joined the gym.
Yep.
And then, this is gonna be just a messy pizza right here. I joined a gym, and I worked out a little bit. Then I moved to Los Angeles, and I stopped working out, and then I got pneumonia again. Oh, this pizza's terrible. This is awful pizza, but we're gonna eat it anyway. We're gonna have.
Oh yeah, I'll have that part. That's fine.
You're a good sport. Okay, so let's turn this off for now. And so then when I got pneumonia again, this time I finally was like, okay, I started working out with a trainer.
Yep.
That's terrible pizza. I'm not even gonna put it on the rack to dry, to cool down. Just be too messy. Okay.
The tomato in it looks like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it'll be good. We'll have fun with it. It'll look pretty enough.
My philosophy with what the whole training thing was, I don't care what it tastes like, and I've tried to instill this in
I
my
mean,
kids
literally,
as well.
you told us you were drinking tuna for a couple months.
Yeah.
So.
If it's good for you and helps your goals, you achieve your goals. I don't care what it tastes like.
I like that. I'm hoping this tastes better than liquefied tuna. Tuna and eggs. What would you? And pineapple? Tuna and pineapple. No one's talking about that anymore.
The desiccated liver was rough. That's a rough one.
So then I started working out.
Yep.
In 2007 when I moved here, and I got pneumonia for again. I was like 135 pounds probably, 5'11".
Yeah.
And 30 years old.
Yeah.
And so then I started working out, and I worked on and off with different trainers. But I was never happy until I found you. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, you and I bonded. You and I bonded very quickly, actually.
Yes.
It's good.
Yes,
we had a laugh. We get the work done.
Yeah.
I suppose the biggest thing is that you always were willing to try different training principles.
Because I have no principles of my own. Totally.
Whether it's like more weights and heavy and bodybuilding infused, or whether it's circuit, fitness, speed, agility. Yeah, you're always willing to try, which I respect that.
Okay, so now I have a list of every fad exercise. And I want to know which one of these you did.
Okay.
Okay, but eat some pizza first. Have pizza, and I'm just gonna watch you eat as I'm eating, and you can lie. Okay. Good.
The biggest thing that stands out to me with this pizza is the produce or the ingredients taste like pure, not artificial. Honestly,
yes.
The tomato, the cheese,
right.
the bread.
Well, there's very few ingredients in this pizza, right? The dough only has 4 ingredients, and then the sauce is just like very minimal, and then the cheese is cheese. So yes, you're correct.
Yeah, the sauce is beautiful.
Did you ever do any step aerobics?
No.
No. Okay.
Sorry, steppers.
This is they're dead. They're very old. They didn't make it out. Muscle beach culture, bodybuilding boom. You were part of that.
Yeah.
Right? Home exercise videos. Were you ever on a home exercise video?
No.
Like a VHS tape?
Nope.
Did you ever think about making your own? Would you like to be on?
Many people ask me,
Yeah.
especially in COVID times, that I should construct one.
Right.
Um,
And you said no.
I did one online
Mm-hmm.
a few months ago, and I got a lot of hits and a lot of feedback. And then I gave nutritional tips, training tips on DMs to people on my social media platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're right. That's the closest you've come, though.
Yeah, that's close I come. Yeah.
Thigh
I
Master?
do a lot of no.
Did you ever do Thigh Master?
No.
Do you remember Thigh Master, though? Okay. Maybe it's an American thing. What about the Nordic track? Do you remember that thing?
That's good. I've tried that.
Okay. Okay, so now we're in the 90s. We got through the 80s. The only thing you did was bodybuilding.
Yep.
Taibo.
No.
No.
I was big here, though, wasn't it?
That was big. Billy Blanks?
Billy Banks, yeah. He lives in North Hollywood.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay. 8-minute abs. You were in. You got sucked in.
Yep.
It's a little cultish. Okay. Spinning. You taught spinning. Correct. Okay.
Great workout.
Johnny G. Does that make anything? He's the originator of spinning. Okay. Pilates. You were part of a Pilates revival.
My wife does Pilates. Not really me. I've tried it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. I can see the benefits.
Yes.
But was I all in? No.
No, you were not.
No.
Okay. Ab roller and the abdominizer.
Ab roller. Yeah.
You used it?
And I tried
You
the
did it?
vibration thing.
Okay. And?
I think abs are made in the kitchen.
What do you mean by that? It's not eating. You just don't eat. Really, they're not made in the kitchen.
Meaning you are what you eat.
They're made in the concentration camp.
You can do as many crunches, leg raises, whatever you want. If you're going to have a liter of ice cream after and cheesecake, and it's just kind of productive.
Right.
That's the long and short of it.
Buns of steel.
Buns of steel is good.
You did it?
I know. But I know of it.
You were into CrossFit? You were. Okay, you belong to a box? That's what they called it. Remember that? They call it, I don't know what, they can't call them gyms. They have to call them boxes. My wife asked me this morning, she says, if a person is a vegan and they do CrossFit, what do they talk about first?
Oh my gosh, brilliant.
It's a good question. I didn't have an answer for it. She blew my mind. P90X. Remember P90X?
P90X is good, yep.
Okay.
That was good. That was so popular as well.
Yeah. You were not in it?
No.
No. Were you asked to be in it? Do you know who's the guy?
No.
No? Okay.
I wasn't asked to be in it.
Zumba?
No.
That's a dance-based fitness class blending Latin and international rhythms.
It looks fun though.
Okay. Bikram yoga. You did hot yoga.
Done Bikram yoga many times. 2004, hour and a half. Yeah.
You did boot camp style classes, right?
Yes.
The boot camp thing happened for you?
Yeah. Circuit, boot camps, all great.
Okay. Well, that was my next one. Now we're in the 2010s, by the way.
Woo!
You did hit high intensity interval training.
Yep.
You still do that with me.
Still do that. You do that.
Insanity workout. Remember that? Beachbody?
Insanity is a good workout. I didn't really do that, but yes, great workout.
What about a bar workout? Do you ever do that?
Nope. My wife does that.
Okay. Obstacle course racing?
Yes.
Okay. And
Great
then
workout.
intermittent fasting we spoke about already.
Yes.
And now here are the current trends. Online and virtual fitness. You're doing that already.
Yeah.
Mobility and recovery.
Yes, do that.
Talk about that all the time.
Yep.
Functional strength training.
Do that. You do
Okay.
that. I do that.
Hybrid workouts.
Yes.
That's actually how we work out.
Exactly. Yeah, I think certain movements as you get older, you have to implement within your training regime. Your squats, your deadlifts, your shoulder press, your lunges, your box jumps. I mean, we could go on, but there's certain things that you need to strengthen your backs, your back, your hips, your shoulders, so you're functional.
One of the reasons why I started working out with you in particular, besides the fact that you're beautiful and you're delightful and you've got, and we both have teenage children. And
Yes.
so we can
Very
lament.
similar ages.
Yeah.
Big time.
It's also, though, because you are a little bit older than me. You're 25 years older than me. It's not true. You're 9 years older than me. And you're aging very well. And I want to age very well. My goal is to be upright for as long as possible. And so I'm wondering, now that you're moving on to your mid-50s,
Yeah.
what is training looking like for you right now? And kind of how are you seeing things? Because you and I work out at a gym where like sometimes I'm the youngest person in the gym.
Yes.
There's some very well seasoned,
Dinosaurs.
Vintage seasoned adults coming in. Like people are knocking off mothballs and stuff.
Yeah.
And how are you switching training for yourself as you're aging?
How I'm switching training for myself as I get older is trying to balance up strength, agility, to be loose. So I stretch a lot more. I do movement a lot more by implementing tennis, boxing. But in the gym, I train how I train you. I train myself, meaning I keep it on like a circuit consisting of all different body parts, whether it's the pull-ups, the deadlifts, the lunges, the box jumps, the dumbbells. So things that keep me solid and maintain a certain amount of muscle, but still allowing me to be able to move, you know? So the biggest goal for me is not to be like big and eat a tremendous amount of food and have a tremendous amount of muscle. That's not my goal.
Right.
So I feel a lot better at this weight. As soon as I touch down in England and people see me at the airport, I'm not an egotistical guy, by the way, but people will always say, "Oh, Rhino, that is, you used to be a lot bigger, man."
Yeah.
So
you were 100 pounds bigger.
But then they'll say, "You look well, though."
Yeah.
So I say, "Thank you very much." So I suppose they can't believe that, okay, he's in his 50s and he still looks like that, as opposed to being like big and a bit more slower. And it really suited me at the time. I loved it, being that strong and eating that amount of food. But as you get older, internally as well, I don't think it's good for your organs to be grinding to digest 30 ounces of steak and 20 eggs. And it's just it's a lot for your body to
Well, you know,
work
you can blend it all up.
drink it. So
in
answer to your question, that's how my mindset has changed first.
It's like now you're like a whole body, less weight.
Yeah. And I eat differently as well.
You eat extremely well.
Yeah, well, to the normal person.
Except for the donuts anytime you eat a donut, you post it publicly, so people know you're very honest about it.
Oh, it's so nice. But I think since COVID times, I kind of just eat more real food. So as opposed to like protein drinks and artificial stuff, I do still have one bar. It's this bar that I like, and I have that late afternoon. I like that. But, I'll have dates or prunes or bananas or pineapple. I'll have
sweet potato.
Almond, sweet potato I love. Grass-fed beef. I just cook it at home.
Yeah.
In olive oil. I put a bit of seasoning on it.
You like grass-fed beef?
Yeah.
Even though it's less fatty?
Yeah, I just try to have real food, good food. I'll have organic turkey, organic chicken, organic eggs. The world we live in now, I think it's very important to eat real food.
Yeah.
Not like artificial. Obviously, it's more expensive, but so much more beneficial to you,
right.
Yes. As opposed to eating like cheap, crappy eggs.
Correct. Yeah.
But there's a balance. You got to live life as well. We're not here for long. Sorry to be a deadbeat.
I'm just trying to decay gracefully. This has been my goal all along. My children refuse to believe that you are totally natural right now.
Oh, totally
you are natural. Totally natural.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
Since like 1994.
94.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes.
31 years ago.
Yes, but because 280 pounds to 180 pounds is
and I could nowhere lift as much as I used to.
Right.
And that's fine. My body could never take that. My joints couldn't take that now.
Right.
No way.
Yeah.
But that same older me could not do what I do now.
As far as the functional fitness and the tennis, there's no way you can play tennis.
I was doing 400-meter repeats at the running track 2 nights ago, swimming, and loads of different
you do a lot of things that I hate. Yeah, there's a lot. It's a lot of stuff you do. Thank you.
It's about longevity in the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what I was going to say earlier was not to be a Debbie Downer, meaning we're not here for a long time in the existence of life. So that's why while you're here, I think you have to love yourself and look after yourself, because you can't love your family unless you look after yourself and love yourself first.
You have to fix on your mask.
It's true though, isn't it?
Yeah, to a certain extent. Yes, absolutely.
So if you're not vibrant, healthy, then how are you supposed to look after your family? I
try to get my wife to do it. just avoid it. Okay.
I'm sure you learned your comical timing at Groundlings.
Yeah, a long time ago. Okay, I have a list. You ready for this list?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. You ready? I want to run down this list.
Yeah.
I have to find a pen.
Come on,
I just want to see it. I want to see. So we did exercises. We did food fads.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna go through. So now we're gonna do the fun part.
Okay.
I'm gonna name a drug. You tell me if you took it or not.
Okay.
We're gonna see what you've done, starting from the 80s. I went all the way through. Testosterone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Dianabol.
Oh, Dianabol. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Durabolin. Okay. Anadrol, which is oxymethylone.
No.
Okay. Winstrol.
Yeah.
Okay. Primobolan, which is okay. Tren, very popular right now, right? Okay. So the only one there's only one that you didn't do so far. Okay. Equipoise.
Yeah.
Okay. Anavar.
Yeah.
Okay. Masteron.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the anabolic steroids, you were like 9 out of 10. That's pretty good. It's very impressive. Okay, now we're going to go HGH, human growth hormones. You never did. Okay.
Never.
What about insulin-like growth factor 1? Okay. Clen.
Who?
Clen, not Tren, Clen. Originally an asthma drug, widely used for its fat-burning effects.
Clenbuterol?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thyroid hormones?
No.
Okay. Diuretics. You did all the diuretics for that was like before when you just have to lose water weight so your muscles look
shredded.
Got it. Okay. Selective estrogen receptor modulators, aka SERMs.
Nope.
That would be Nolvadex or Clomid.
No, but Nolvadex was very popular.
Yeah, because it's to prevent the estrogen, to keep you from getting man boobs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like in Fight Club, remember, right? Meatloaf has man boobs, right? That's the first line. Bob had bitch tits. Okay. Aromatase inhibitors.
Pizza's good.
Pizza is good. Did you ever take any? This is another reducing estrogen drug. Arimidex?
No.
What about, do you ever have an oil-based injection? Synthol.
No.
Injected into muscles to artificially inflate muscle size.
That's bad.
That sounds terrible.
Terrible.
That sounds awful. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now weight gainers. Oh, I did those. Mega Mass 4000.
I've done all that stuff.
Creatine monohydrate.
Yep.
Everyone does creatine. We love creatine. Yep. Creatine is the one thing that's actually
very popular now.
Very popular, not expensive, not bad for you.
I saw an advertisement on a billboard around the corner. It says,
creatine
gummies.
We're driving on Beverly.
I thought, wow.
Yeah. Okay, what about HMB, which is beta hydroxy, beta.
No, that's good though. HMB is good.
Briefly hyped in the late 90s as an anti-catabolic.
Yes.
Okay. Chromium.
Well.
Picolinate. No. Marketed heavily for muscle growth and fat loss. Effectiveness limited. Okay. Vanadyl sulfate.
No.
Okay. Glandulars.
No.
Oh, you ready for this one? Freeze-dried animal gland supplements claiming hormonal boosts.
Whoa.
Adrenal and testicular extracts.
No.
You wouldn't want to add a little bit of like
horse.
Horse testicle to your tuna smoothie.
Silverback gorilla.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're in the 2000s. So I feel like you missed a lot of the scary ones here. I'm feeling better. Okay, what about NO boosters? Nitric oxide supplements?
No, what we did do half an hour before going on stage was B3, which is niacin.
Okay.
Which heats up your bloodstream, getting your veins out.
Yes.
Which makes you feel a little bit hot.
But your veins are popping?
My veins are popping, yeah.
Okay. Why are veins such a big deal in bodybuilding?
It just makes you look more muscular, doesn't it? Like cut on stage.
Right.
So you kind of want the 5 S's: size, striations, shape, separation. What would be the 5th one?
I don't know.
Shredded.
Yeah. Works for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Ephedra. Did you ever do that? That was the one that people were dying from it.
No.
It's Hydrocut original formula or Xenadrine. It's banned in 2004.
Nope.
Okay. Andro, Mark McGuire that's what he used when he was hitting those all the home runs in the 90s.
Wow.
Okay.
Nope.
What about branched chain amino acids?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Woohoo.
You have like 8 essential amino acids, 21 amino acids, and that's very good. Glutamine is a very good amino acid.
Right.
Yeah. Glutamine.
Yes. Beta alanine.
No, I know of that.
That's a pre-workout.
Yep.
Okay. DMAA.
Yep.
Okay. SARMs, selective androgen receptor modulators.
Nope.
Okay. Now we're in these are our current trends. Here we go. Turkesterone, which is a plant-derived compound heavily hyped for muscle growth. Scientific backing, still limited. Okay.
Nope.
What about ashwagandha?
Nope.
And adaptogens?
Nope.
Okay. CBD?
One guy sent me, he was a retired boxer, started his own company, sent me these to help you sleep.
Yes.
He sent me from England. I tried it.
And?
It does work, but I don't know whether it's placebo, but I felt like
But you use the magnesium.
Yeah.
So you're not using the CBD.
No.
Collagen supplements.
Nope.
Okay. Pre-workout energy drinks.
Done that, not
C4,
now.
Bang Energy, Rain. Okay. You
Done
did
that
it
back in the day.
Right. You don't do it anymore.
No.
My kids think it's good. It's just, it's like 400 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah.
It's a lot of caffeine. Yeah. And then other kind of stimulant type things.
Yeah, not now.
Okay. So let's just be clear here. You started out doing everything. You literally did almost every steroid that was available in Great Britain and America. And then over the years, you did less and less and less until now. You basically are just on sweet potatoes.
Yep, I cleaned the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Before
just some sweet potatoes.
just that's it. Sweet potatoes and kale.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, I want to hear about Magazine Dreams because this.
So Magazine Dreams is starring role is by Jonathan Majors. Micah Hearn's in it, and he's a gladiator from the 90s. Still very big. And
you think he's still juicing a little juiced maybe?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll take the Fifth Amendment, but it's still very big.
Okay.
And Killian is the character played by Jonathan Majors. He's trying to emulate Michael Hearn and become a competitive bodybuilder. And it's the hurdles and struggles that he's endured in his life as a youngster whilst pursuing this goal. Very good role, acted extremely well, incredible physique. My relationship with him was getting him ready, traveling around the world, training sometimes twice a day, but every day, getting him ready to get in shape for this character.
You would say between me and him, I'm probably the more serious.
Definitely.
Yeah, I thought so.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. So you trained him.
Yeah.
And he was not natural for this.
Yeah.
He was natural.
Yeah. Great physique.
Okay. Amazing physique. Physique. I saw the trailer is now playing in the theater.
Yeah, better physique than me naturally.
Right.
Yeah. He
okay. You think that's science, genetics now, or
genetics?
Just...
And he was a runner at school. Yeah, great physique, great actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're in the movie. We can see you in there. If we
know
where to pause.
Yeah. It's one of those ones, definitely.
Will you let us know what minute?
I was more off screen, just there every day, making sure that he posed right and done everything right.
So you helped him with all the poses.
Yes.
Because the poses are very specific, and I know that because my children watch
Pump and Iron.
Yeah, and then walk around the house with their shirts off, just pose nonstop.
Same with my kids.
It's the same poses.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And you've seen the movie, and the movie's well.
Very well. The acting will get a lot of acclaim.
Yeah.
Whether it financially, telling you as my brother, financially will it kill it? I'm not sure.
It's going to be very hard.
It's going to be very hard.
This is a movie that got pushed.
Yeah.
Because he got arrested and then he was whatever. And I don't know how he pled. I don't remember. Yeah. But yeah. So now now it's finally.
With that is America. I feel is the best country in the world for a comeback.
Oh, we're good. We love a comeback story.
Love a comeback story. Yeah. So.
Yes, we have to apologize. You have to disappear for a while, then you can come back.
Yeah.
Be humble and yes.
Yeah.
So I think he could have won an Oscar maybe.
Yes.
Because it seemed like it was the role. You watch the movie and you're like, oh, this was an Oscar movie.
Yeah.
And now it's coming out in the middle of March.
So how does that work for the Oscars?
It's just the wrong time. And they would have to push it. They'd have to re-release it like in November, and they'd have to do a whole campaign, like a $15 million campaign to get out the vote.
No.
And but maybe the next one.
I can't see that happening.
Yeah.
No.
So
I've worked with Idris many times. I've worked with Antonio Banderas many times.
One of my favorite people, Jerry Butler.
Jerry
Butler,
I was with last week.
I'm obsessed with all his movies because they make me laugh.
Yeah. I'll bring him to the gym one day for you.
This is something that's been promised to me now numerous times.
He's a great guy.
And I'm waiting. I don't know if it's healthy for him to see me because I might be a little too excited.
I've been very lucky to work and meet with so many A-listers. Yeah.
Well, you are delightful.
Thank you, man.
And so it makes sense. And
cool.
Thank you for coming here today. I appreciate it.
My absolute pleasure. Anything I can do to help you, man. You're a great guy. And this is a great cause, spreading the word.
Yes,
to
and
people
pizza.
Globally.
Yeah.
And the pizza's great.
Yeah. But no, for me, you are a major inspiration just because you are, first of all, your vibe is great. I said this at the beginning, so let me just recap. You got the vibe. Vibe checks. Absolutely. And you're taking care of yourself. And you're taking care of your family, which is beautiful. So
I said to my friend, I was at COVID times, I think I said this to you. It was all about politics, like Democrats and Republicans. And I said, I feel to post something. And she said, Rhino, don't get involved in politics. You push positivity and love and good smile and good energy. Just stick to that.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned it to you when I first kind of met you, and you went, yeah, I wouldn't get involved in all that. And I thought,
I try never to read the news.
And it's not to say I'm either or.
Right.
I just feel that there's flaws on both sides over the years, and I'm just being an open vessel and speaking from the heart.
Beautiful.
But yeah, I never got involved.
Cool.
But I'm not either or.
That means you're Republican.
So what are you, Rhino? Wow. They're like, what? Believe and achieve, look after yourselves, and you are what you eat. Be kind, spread love. One thing, last to end on it. I never really was instilled in education from my mum or dad. They split up when I was like 3 years old. But honestly, from my heart, I never, even as a youngster, remember my mum saying anything about color, religion. So even though she suffered from depression, and I grew up with my granddad, who's like a hardcore Jamaican, and he was gone to work by the time I even got up to go to school. One thing I clearly remember was nothing about black, white, Jewish, Muslim, Christian. I never heard anything like that, or no swear words, or, do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think that was the biggest thing I can take from my childhood. Just be cool with everyone, man. No, it sounds a little bit bogus, but you know me, I get on with everyone, man.
This is true. Yes, you're very popular in the gym. Yes,
thank you.
And then also when we've walked on the streets on Beverly Boulevard, and various people do come and say hello to you.
Police, stop that guy.
Mark Smith, friends. Wow, I learned a lot. What I learned specifically that I didn't know this time was that Mark is he's dynamic. He is constantly evolving and refining as he's getting older and wiser. He's picking up new things. He's dropping the old things. What is true isn't necessarily new, and what's new isn't necessarily true. And so what he figures out is what to keep along the way, and what to leave go of, like steroids. So I hope you enjoyed that podcast, and that you share it with your friends, and that you subscribe to the Personal Pizza Podcast on our YouTube channel, and follow me on your socials. So special thanks to Mark and to all of our wonderful producers and people who help make this kitchen look incredible. And I will see you guys next time.